Alright, so today I've got a whole new problem with the loop altogether. I've redesigned it for the most part, drained it, and I'm experiencing the same issue I did at the beginning of the last two times. I'll try and demonstrate it here, but it's going to be kind of tough with one hand holding the camera. I'll do as best I can. Starting off, just to show you, the reservoir is sealed, and I'll tell you why in a second. Basically, if I was to take the cap off right now and break that seal, you would see coolant flowing and shooting out of that reservoir like a volcano and pouring all over the components. So the only way to prevent that from happening is to first turn on my power supply. You might be able to hear it running now. And then I'll go and just start loosening. Again, I'm going to have to put down the camera for a second here just to get at it with both hands. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and loosen the top, and you'll notice the fluid drain into the pump when I do that. Okay, and you'll notice the air bubble here. No other visible air bubbles, though it's very possible that we might have some inside of the blocks or radiators themselves. So what I've been doing at this point is, again, sealing the top, because otherwise when I turn off the pump I get my volcanic eruption of coolant. And then I will turn off the power supply. So I'll be able to grab the camera back now with my hands. Now what I've been doing here is, you notice that air pocket that's built up at the top there of the reservoir, is by just slowly unscrewing the top of the reservoir. You might be able to hear it here. I'll try and be quiet. You can hear the air escaping from the top. Okay, and then I'll tighten it back up so that the fluid doesn't leak out. And now I'm right back where I started. So I've been repeating this process in an attempt to drain the air from the loop. You can clearly hear it coming out, but I've probably done this about 15-20 times now, and it's apparent that most likely when I open the loop for it to start flowing after I turn it on, that more air gets back in the loop. So I mean, again, you can see the air bubble there. Pretty much unable to drain all the air from the loop. And the amount of fluid in the reservoir itself always stays the same, so I'm actually unable to even add any more. It's just worth also pointing out that if I was to add coolant while the reservoir was drained, when I had it on, that actually leads to the problem that I was having yesterday, and I'll link you to that video, where I was getting absolutely no flow at all. So I'm trying to avoid that. If anybody has any ideas on what to do, I'd appreciate it. Just a quick mention that the only thing I've tried really so far is to have this case on its back, so that I can lift the reservoir up to the highest point, hoping that the air would rise. But that doesn't seem to have any effect. It just moves the locations of the air bubbles. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, I would appreciate it.